Whenever there's a Friday the 13th on the calendar, it feels like a holiday for horror fans. So I have some thoughts. I recently saw it on the big screen for the first time, and it was like a whole new movie. I had rented it as a kid, probably around 1985, because I wasn't old enough to see it in 1980. And I rented it because Kevin Bacon was in it and I liked Footloose. But the only thing I really remembered about the original Friday the 13th is that Jason split a woman's head in half with an axe. Like in my mind, you see her head fall apart in two pieces, and that actually didn't happen. It was just the way I perceived it. Memory is so weird. I also thought that it was a silly movie because all the sequels were so silly and repetitive. Except for Jason Goes to Hell. They should have run with that Evil Dead mashup. But the original Friday the 13th actually was as suspenseful as any of the slashers of its time. And it's structured so that all the people are killed off before the last surviving people know that anyone is dead, which is so stressful as an audience member. It's peak dramatic irony. And it was even a little bit emotional when Marcy tells Jack about her recurring nightmares. It made me sad. When I see an old movie in the theater, I try to put myself in the mindset of what people would have been thinking when it was a new movie. They must have thought Steve, the camp director, was the killer, especially since the killer picked up the hitchhiking cook in the same kind of Jeep. Then, when Steve died, who was the main suspect? The motorcycle cop or Crazy Ralph? And where was Steve all day? He said he'd be back before lunch. Surely Mrs. Voorhees must have come out of left field for audiences. Not even left field, but outer space. Like we didn't even know that she was one of the suspects. No one would have thought of a woman, especially one in her 50s, given the athleticism of the killer and the movie's attitude toward women. And where did she get a matching Jeep? If you saw Friday the 13th in the original theatrical run, who did you think the killer was? And did you ever remember something in a movie that actually didn't happen when you went back and watched again? Have a good Friday the 13th. Have a good Valentine's Day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.